In this video, I'm going to show you how to graph the scientific method data. So what you see on the screen here is one set of data that was collected from the scientific method lab. We have arm length and leg length, and all the data is laid out on a table. So once you've gotten all your data laid out, the first thing you'll want to do is click on Insert, and then you'll go over to Scatter, and click on Scatter, and you'll insert a scatter graph. For this graph, you'll choose the first option, which doesn't have any lines on it, because we're going to put a line in later. So click on that, and now what you see is the entire graph ready to go. Notice there are a couple things missing. We don't have labels on our axes, and we need to change our title. So in order to set all that stuff up, if you go up to the menu bar, and you'll notice it's under Design, if you click on this first option under Chart Layouts, it will give us the layout that we're looking for. So when I click on that, you'll notice here that it gives us axis title options in text boxes. And so what we can do to set these up is click on them and then highlight all of the text. And then for this one, this is the X data, we're going to type in arm length. And we measured that in centimeters, so we're going to include that there. For our y-axis, we'll do the same thing. So we'll click in the box here, highlight all of the text, and we'll type in leg length. And that's in centimeters also. We want to be sure that we include our units. Now, leg length is not really the title of the graph, so we want to click on this text box. And what we're going to do here is we'll title this arm length versus leg length. Okay, and if we just click anywhere outside of the graph, we're ready to go. Now notice all of our data is kind of bunched up in one area here. Visually, that's not a very good way to set up a graph. So what we can do to spread the data out into the entire plot is to change our axis scales. So on the y-axis, if you put your mouse over the numbers and you right-click, it will give you a menu, and you'll see an option here that says Format Axis. So click on that, and then it'll give us the opportunity to change the range of values on the axis. So if we look at our y-axis values over here, they range from about 60 to about 90. So what we'll do is click on Fixed under Minimum, and then we'll type in 60. Then we'll click Fixed on Maximum, and since the maximum value is 90, we'll go ahead and type in 90 there. Then we'll hit Close, and it will save all that for us. And notice our data looks more visually appealing and easier to follow from a visual standpoint. So let's do the same with the x-axis. We'll right-click on the x-axis, click on Format Axis, and if we look at our x-axis data, it ranges from about 60 to about 90 also. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll click on Fixed under Minimum, make that 60, Fixed under Maximum, make that 90, and hit Close, and we are done. Okay? Now, notice that our data is very nicely spread out, and I made a mistake there. Let's change the x-axis data. It starts at about 50, so that's okay. That's a good error for you to see happen, because when you do that, you'll be able to fix it yourself. So I'll just go back and fix it. And now we see all our data in its nice range. Okay? Now, notice we don't have a line, and we need a line. Well, the kind of line we're going to put in here is what we call a trend line. And what it is it's a straight line through all the data. And it shows us the trend of the relationship between arm length and leg length. So if you put your mouse on top of a data point and right-click again, you'll see it says Add Trend Line on the menu. You'll click on that, and it'll automatically choose linear, which is what we want. And then you'll click Close, and now we've got our trend line through the data. So what we've done there is we've created our graph for the scientific method lab.